Hi everybody, Jill here. Welcome to my channel. We're having a wig chat today. You've landed on Jill and Beauty Therapy, and we're taking a look at a Jon Renau wig. While the style is not new, the cap features are, and so we're going to talk about that. This is Cameron Lite in the color Palm Springs Blonde. All right, so you guys, I feel like they snuck this one in on us. I feel like this was just sort of under the radar with this light business that Jon Renau is really introducing us to. When they say that this is light, they mean it. I did put this on my head and I did nothing else. I was so excited, and I was blown away at truly what they meant by light, because I'm thinking, okay, again, I had no idea that Jon Renau was going to be doing this with some of their styles, and then they came out, and I'm like, what is this all about? What's going on here? We need to talk about it. This is really a huge deal. This is not just a little side note to their, things that they launched in 2021. I think this is a big, huge deal, and I didn't get it until I stuck this on my head. So we're going to talk about what this light means when they put that at the end of some of the styles that they've released in these, this cap business that they have going on here. Still got that crisscross part. So this is not a heat-friendly style. It does have quite a bit of shine to it, and I will have to deal with that. I'm going to share with you today my products that I grab for different reasons for my wigs, including the shampoo and conditioner that I've been using. And so I'm going to have to grab that dry shampoo, and I am going to use it today. I never actually use my dry shampoo while filming for fear that it will get into my equipment. So it's just very easy, and I'll talk about that here in a sec. But that is going to have to happen. I am definitely going to have to use dry shampoo on this for me to feel comfortable in wearing it. When you pick this up, even for a hand-tied cap, it is incredibly light. So imagine what that's going to feel like or not feel like when you get it on. Not underrated, let me tell you. So let's take a look at this gorgeous light cap, because the features in this are phenomenal. You already have this gorgeous lace front in the Jon Renau line, and now look what they have done. This is dreamy. This is for those of you who love your wigs and you have tried them all. This to me is just the dreamiest. Got the gorgeous, generous lace front here, and look, they brought the lace front not to or halfway down to the temple tabs. They've wrapped it all the way under the temple tabs. What does that mean? That means that is going to look like it's coming right off the side of your head all the way down here. Now, where I see this really being phenomenal is for those of you who do not have any hair to pull out, like down in here. Like I always like to pull out a little of my own hair down here, and kind of a little tiny bit all through here. Don't have much to pull out, but it doesn't take much. So I've had many of you say, well, Jill, I don't have any hair there. I can't pull out any hair. And that's still okay. I've always suggested, I've seen great results in using some fill-in powder and creating a little shadow there, just to give the illusion of a more natural hairline. It depends on the hairstyle too. Well, let me tell you, and it is going to be a game changer. That lace it tucks right underneath this entire temple tab. This SmartLace, beautiful lace front, again, very generous, but we also have an entire crown of monofilament. That means that you can part this anywhere and you're gonna get that beautiful, realistic scalp experience. This is 100% hand-tied cap. 100% hand-tied. We do have some stretch, actually quite a bit of stretch I'm feeling, which is great, but you're not going to get all the stretch that you can get with a, machine wefted cap. So just keep that in mind, but I am feeling a really pretty good amount of stretch here. Then we have the extended nape, but we have this silicone type of material down here covering that. Why? Well, that is going to really secure that nape very nicely, especially if you don't have a lot of nape hair down there. It's really gonna stick there, not physically like as an adhesive, but it is really gonna feel extremely secure down there when it touches just skin. We have this lined here with a plasticky material. It's not that same kind of material that they have down here. This you can feel that it's really gonna stick really nicely, whereas this is more of a slippery plastic. And so it's not plastic as in like stiff plastic. It still feels very pliable. Then we have the Velcro pull tabs here on each side. Remember, you can bring this in up to a 1/2 inch on each side if you need it a little smaller. You can let it out up to a 1/2 inch on each side if you need it to be a little bit bigger. So, and we do have, you know, a strip of that sort of felt, so this will stick really nicely anywhere in there. All right. Now we are going to put this on. So what I have on my head right now is Editor's Pick Elite, which means it's 100% hand-tied cap by Raquel Welch, and it's in the color Shaded Biscuit. Okay, we have this on where it should be. I've got it straight, I think. It's pretty straight. Okay, first let me go ahead and kind of get rid of this crisscross part. You have to forgive me, I will be looking down on occasion at my mirror here, but so this is in the color Palm Springs Blonde, which is a really cool, beautiful, light blonde. It's one of my all-time favorites. For anything else, I cannot go further without letting you know that the difference that I feel, even with having a prior hand-tied cap on, but the difference that I feel in truly the light feeling is incredible. And this is the first Jon Renau light style that I've tried, and it is really night and day. It is insane. Okay, so I have it tucked under. Be really mindful of pulling that lace carefully out because it was kind of tucked back into that tab. So just kind of really carefully run your thumb under, make sure that lacing is not doing that on both sides. You want it obviously out of there. So now we have lace that tucks all the way under this ear tab, all the way under here. Crazy. I just want to be sure that that lacing isn't curling under there. So be mindful of that. If you don't have any hair to pull out, that is no longer going to be an issue for you at all. They've done that for you all along this entire perimeter of this wig. Beautiful. Now don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to kind of get these fibers. It's been in the box. Kind of shake it out, get them up and off the cap. That's going to make it look realistic. Plus, I love to just kind of look and see, you know, what the shape is like, how it was cut, what I can expect from it. I cannot get over this lace situation here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. This is all that lacing, all from that lacing. Wow. Okay, sorry. I have got to try now every style in this light sort of line because I want to feel this in different lengths and exactly how light it is. And I just blown away, actually. Okay. So, you know what? Let's do this now. Let's do the spin now because I want to show you the products I have sitting out here. I'm going to want to sort of get this to feel like me, and I'll tell you what that means to me. But let me give you a spin so you can see what this looks like all the way around. Oh. I just think I'm going to love this. Okay. So the dry shampoo, now dry shampoo is pretty much the same all across the board. For the most part, dry shampoo is dry shampoo. But I've tried a few and I have my favorites for sure. This has become my new favorite. It's by Kenra. Hold on, gotta get the right one here. That's not it. I have been a fan of Kenra since the 80s. They've been around that long. And so I've used this brand for many, many years on and off through the years, but I worked with it professionally back when I was a stylist, a cosmetologist. This is the Volume Dry Shampoo. I like this because it does its job. It dulls the shine. It gives me some texture change, which with a style like this, I think I'm gonna really enjoy that. It's gonna, for me, kind of give me more of something that I would feel comfortable in. This is going to give me two things. It's going to dull the shine for me, but it's also going to change the texture from silky soft, which you may love. I know that this is going to make some of you upset, and you're scratching your head on why on earth I would want to change that beautiful new silky soft feeling of a wig. But unless it's quite a long style, I just don't like that. I have to have a little bit of edginess. I have to have some texture in how it feels. And anyway, you may not be like that. There are dry shampoos that won't do that so much, but those kind also, I think, they don't necessarily get rid of the shine as well, because you need a little bit of powder in this formulation for it to dull the shine. And that grittiness that you get from that powder is what changes the texture. It's also what helps other styling products do a better job. It's a little trick that I've always used in wigs that I really want to style up. And those tend to be the shorter to medium length wigs. And so I have fun doing that because, for one thing, I like the way it looks. For the other thing, anything else I use on it, whether it's the hairspray, whatever, it's going to work so much better because it has the little bit of those powder particles to stick to, as well as the fibers they're on. So it just helps the styling hairspray or whatever do its job, and it helps it just makes everything easier. I'm having a hard time speaking today. I don't know why. Start out soft and light with your dry shampoo. Take a look at it, feel it, see what it does, add a little bit more. Don't go crazy right out of the gate with it, because I've done that before. And you really kind of have to wash it at that point. And, you know, dry shampoo comes out a little bit each time, but not really that much. So don't go crazy, just do a little bit. And then just keep on building and using more if you need it. You can do this while it's off your head, and you can sort of shake it and turn it around upside down even if you want it, and you can do that, or you can do it while it's still on your head, and you can, you know, use the dry shampoo that way. Now, this is not a heat friendly, but I want to kind of show you what I use on my wig. So if I have a heat friendly wig fiber and I do want to change it up with a little bit of heat, whatever that may be, love this. This is the number 3. It's called Protect by Jon Renau, and it doesn't gum up the hair. It does a good job protecting the fibers when you're using some heat. And I highly recommend this before doing any heat to your wigs at all. I don't care what that heat is. I highly recommend using a protectant, and this one I have found is quite good. Then when it comes to shampoo and conditioner, this has been my reach for. I have been horrified by an experience I've had with another shampoo and conditioner that ruined 2 of my wigs, and so I shied away from doing it for a few years, and I used wool light to gently wash and fabric softener to kind of coat and condition the fibers, and it works great, and it still works great. I've never had any problem doing that. However, I was really curious about this. This is the Belle Madame Shampoo and Balsam. Love it. It's been working out great. You do not soak the wig in any length of time. I have found the best thing to do is follow the directions on the back of the bottle. It'll tell you exactly what to do. And if you do that, you should be totally fine. I have not had anything gone wrong yet using this, and I love. The only thing is if you don't live in the UK, this can be difficult to find here in the United States. Okay, now, especially with this here, for instance, a style like the editor's pick like this, you have these waves, and sometimes down here, down in this area, they can start looking a little frazzled, and they just need to kind of be recoated, if you will, for lack of a better word, with something to tame down that all over frizziness that can happen with a style like this. So I have not had any good luck so far with actual detanglers made for wigs. They gum up the fibers, no matter how little, whatever I use. I just have not found one that I really like to use. So this is now, again, a Kenra product, and it is not made for wigs, but it works really nicely. It's called Silkening Mist, and it is an aerosol, and I'm not super delicate with it. I just kind of work it in everywhere. It goes all over my editor's pick wig here. And then I really carefully, just kind of comb it through, and it's been working great. And I've used it for my other wigs as well. It's just a great one to have. It's not, I wouldn't say that for me, it's this perfect and wonderful detangler. While it does do that, to me, it's more of a fiber coater and softener. Again, I'm having problems finding my words today. No, I'm having a problem enunciating and speaking. Bear with me, apparently, in this video with that. So anyway, love, Silkening Mist by Kenra. All right. The next product I'm going to tell you now, I think by now you know that the sort of hairspray of choice for me when it comes to one that is made and safe to use on your synthetic fibers is the Beauty Mark Style and Hold. I use that one all the time. I use that one as my styling hairspray. But once I get it where I want it, then I grab this one. Now I'm going to put this out there. I'm not gonna tell you to use it or not to use it. You've got to make up your own mind. I didn't start using actual human hairspray on my synthetic wigs until this year. I was way too scared to do it. Well, I started to do it, and I have not had any ramifications as of yet doing so, and I go about them very, I don't use them. Again, I don't style it with this. This is my finishing spray, and I just love the light airiness you get from an aerosol. This is a Sebastian. It's called Reshaper. The real reason why you should be very careful with human hairsprays on your synthetic wigs is because there's generally a pretty high alcohol content. Alcohol will dry those fibers out even faster than normal. And so, that's why they really don't recommend. And you also need to make sure they are water soluble. And I feel like most hairsprays out there these days are, but just be certain you're not using one that's not, because then you're not going to get it out. Even when you shampoo your wigs, it's not coming out. Don't you remember, like back in the day, as a stylist, we would have to strip out the Aquanet, you know, and it just was plastic, and the plastic would build up on the hair, and there was only one way to get it out. We would have to actually strip the hair. So make sure, if you decide to go that route, to make sure it's water soluble. Okay, so because I like sometimes to change up that texture a little bit in my shorter wigs. If I'm not really interested in using a dry shampoo on that particular wig, because the fibers don't need to be, they're not super shiny, maybe they're heat-friendly fibers, but I still want to put a little texture in there, then I'll reach for this, and it's called Dry Texture Spray. Again, it's from Kenra. And it does just that. It's exactly what it does, except for it's not a dry shampoo, because if you don't need that, you don't need that. All right, so I put some dry shampoo on. Again, I went kind of lighter with it, but I can feel it's in there. Definitely have some texture change. I don't know if you can see it. Not as soft and silky. I know you guys are going, why in the world, Jill? Why do you have a problem with that? I don't know. Let me see if we can flip it over here. I recommend doing this anyway, because you might be surprised at how little you have to work with it if all you do is just flip it to the other side and you're like, oh my gosh, it is behaving so much better over here. So just, you know, I recommend doing that anyway, is changing up that part. You've got this full monofilament. Why not just see what it's going to do? I like volume. Because it just, to me, it makes it feel more like just my hair. I guess I've never had really soft, silky hair or something. And so I just feel like kind of dulling that shine, giving a little texture, makes it look a little bit more real to my eye. And you may be very different regarding that. And also you have to remember, I enjoy styling hair. It's one of the things, if not almost the entire thing about being a wig wearer that I was so excited about, is being able to have fun styling my hair again. So I love this part of it. Let's do kind of maybe even a more of a side part. I find that if you're gonna tuck a wig like this, the least amount, look at that gorgeous volume we have right now. That's why I love using this product. That's why I love using product. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. My Lord. The volume we are getting. That's why I like changing the texture a little bit, because you're going to be able to aerate these wigs, and then when you use the products like the hairsprays, it's going to work much better, and you will see that it's going to not do that falling to where it looks like a helmet through the day, and then you're going to have to comb through it, you know, to get those fibers sort of re-aerated again and off each other. Using a little bit of product like this keeps it sort of aerated most all day, and that's what product does. Of hair, but you know what I mean, I believe, when I say that density is everything. That to me is what can make something look very wiggy on me versus something very, very believable. Now, I'm not one of those people that likes very low density wigs. I have had a couple wigs like that, and I want more hair than I have on my head now, you know, and I don't want that cotton candy look in my wig. So this is that perfect world. And it's just quite beautiful. I really am completely blown away by these features in these light wigs. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you're still watching, I appreciate you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.